Hello YouTube, ZiggyNo back with Sports Cards Daily. Today is October 22nd, and on this day in 1884, Sporting Life announces the pennant winners will play a three-game series from October 23rd to the 25th in New York City to determine baseball's champion. Sounds a lot like the first World Series to me, doesn't it? 1884 too, pretty interesting. Hobby news and chatter. Man, I have got a lot to share with you today. A lot going on. First of all, real quickly, Sports Card Investor just announced last night, actually, on his show with Jeremy, Sports Card Live, we'll talk about that they're going to do another virtual sports card conference. Yes, another virtual sports card conference in December. I want to say dates are the 8th through the 10th. Don't quote me on that right now. I'll get the details and definitely share that when I can, but I thought that's exciting. Another virtual sports card conference. Also, StarStock has soccer. Yes, StarStock has soccer. I didn't know this, and I thought it was exciting. I want to share that with you. Next up, DC has the Chantilly Sports Card Show this weekend. I am not far from there and will be going to visit. So I'm not sure when I'm going to be there, but I'm going. I will do a video. We'll share my thoughts. I'm super excited. If you're going or going to be in Chantilly, let me know when you're going. I'll try to meet up, but I'm super excited. My first sports card show since COVID. I can't wait. Great article today on Inner Circle. I wanted to just highlight, and then today, Fantasy Football Box Break Challenge should have been posted. I want to apologize. It took me forever to upload this. The teams who won, please check out the lineups, get your rosters in as soon as possible. There is a game tonight, but it's really not a big game, so you can get these rosters in before Sunday, actually. But take a look at the Fantasy Football Box Break Challenge. Beckett Live and Thursday night football and cards as normal. What'd you miss yesterday? A lot. eBay, top 20 eBay auctions, soccer cards, how to calculate print runs, Beckett Live industry summit notes, the hype note on Kids Crate product from Panini, hobby talk with Money Malone Mindset, and sports cards live last night with Jeff, sports card investor. And there's just a quick note here, and I forgot to mention this a few days ago. Longest running daily sports card show, and I only say that in the fact that Personal Finance Dad's definitely been running his daily stuff longer than me, so I'll say daily hobby, daily update show. But 102 days been running sports cards daily, putting together the same type of updated content. Really appreciate all the shout outs and the comments. They really are appreciated. They keep me going. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please comment, give me your thoughts and feedback. If you have new sources, please share that with me as well. But again, 102 days of just consecutive. And again, I've been doing content longer than that. I think I started months before that, but Sports Cards Daily, 102 days, man. Pretty excited. Okay, on to the content. So, StarStock, right here in the FAQs. A few things I want to mention, and I saw this on someone else's channel, the Fast Pass. They are really processing cards really fast. If you're ripping products like Donruss, Mosaic, and Optic, they're going to process that stuff pretty fast. 48 hours, they're going to get that stuff up on StarStock, which I'm pretty excited about. They have a great breakdown of the different products on football, soccer, so forth. Oh, and soccer's down here. Now, when you get to soccer, I will say this is kind of a bummer. It's basically based on the player more than the product. And I honestly don't know players at all. This is the only guy's name I've ever heard of, Fatty, just because his name sounds cool. And Mason Greenwood, I've heard of his name. But that's it. I don't know these other guys. Now, I can't wait for these cards to make it there because I'd love to buy some. I've heard his name. So I'm super excited that they've opened up soccer, but no Bowman soccer right now, which I did get a bunch of Bowman soccer, and I was hoping to put that up on StarStock. But still, StarStock, I love it. Love what you're doing. Moving in the right direction. Next up, Chantilly Show. As I mentioned, October 23rd and 25th. I'm not going to go much details, but if you're in the area, I'll be there. I don't know if they're going to have their authentication services there. Anyway, next up, great article on Card Ladder blog on establishing your identity and finding your inner circle. I love this. It's really a good point about, if you're new to the hobby, start an Instagram channel, post some pictures, Twitter. It's interesting to me. It definitely is, I think, a generational thing where it's Instagram first. I'm a Facebook person. I prefer Facebook, but I'm old. And maybe, Instagram's the next thing. I also think TikTok's another one, but I like this article and the whole point of building you're building your network. I will say I've found that all these different hobby layers, generational, all intersect, and it's still friendly across all of them. Real quickly, I thought it was interesting to bring up, as I was checking out Card Ladder, I talked about the Sports Card PT the other day, did an article on Sports Card Investor. It looks like he posted the same article on Card Ladder, which I just think is great. Because I love to see that there is a bridge between Card Ladder and Sports Card Investor, and that is the Sports Card PT dude. So keep up the articles. We are reading, and I do think you have some great content out there. So glad to see that. I do want to point out, it looks like Card Ladder posted it first, and then Sports Card Investor posted it second, or maybe they were submitted in that order. I don't know. Okay, now into the content of the day. So this was brought to my attention. High Rollers Top 20. Look at this card, man. This is a modern card. This is a modern soccer card that just sold for $33,000. Holy smokes, people. A lot of other great insights. I forget them all. I'm not going to highlight them all. You got to go watch the video, but it's worth it. Here's another great video here from Cardi C Sports Cards. There's a great video on print runs, right, and how to calculate it. Now, I'll be honest, it's not accurate to 100%, and it really is only focusing on hobby products. So it doesn't take into consideration when you have retail. I don't think he talks about that. But it gives you a good scope or idea, and it also depends on odds. And I want to say there's some Panini products that don't put odds on there. So I don't know if it's easy to do with some of the Panini stuff. He does this with Topps. So again, I always will applaud Topps for, I think they're a little more open than Panini is. But I love this video. It's a great video. So check it out. Give me your thoughts on calculating print runs. And can that be used for Prism basketball? Give me your thoughts. Another great video here. Listen to this live with Eric talking to a gentleman, Mike. They were giving their feedback on the industry day closing today. Talked a little bit about Brian Gray, and apparently Brian Gray was very bullish on the hobby. Was kind of saying it the way it is, as the word was, he's kind of polarizing, and he had his pants on. It was another comment I took away from it. So good conversation, getting some thought from what's going on in the hobby, and it does seem like the industry is very bullish. Now, I didn't realize that Panini is a major sponsor of that event, which I thought was cool, because I listened to Mojo Breaks, and they talk about the industry day as well, and they talk about the industry day awards. And it made me giggle. I really recommend checking this out. I think it's like about, I think it's at about right in there, 34 minutes into the video. They talk about the industry awards, and like Panini, Topps won the award for customer service. And he's like, don't you think the Panini sponsors were a little upset about having to hear that? Because again, they spend a lot of money apparently this industry day. And there's a lot of other things that, like, what was it? For best hockey product, it was Upper Deck 2019. And they're like, 2019 what? Is it Series 1, Series 2? What was it? It just says Upper Deck. It's like all the products were great. It's so funny how you have Beckett and Panini who put on this industry day that it's still really sponsored. I guess my thought are there really is no one industry that organizes, I guess, in a unbiased way the content, right? I guess. Anyway, but really funny. Other point right to make, Kids Crate. This is a Panini product. It's going to be coming out direct to shops that they can sell to children. It's targeted at children 14 and under. Don't have all the information, but thought this was interesting. It reminds me kind of what I think of as the Future Stars subscription that Topps has, although that's direct to the consumer. This is through the shops. I wonder what your feedback is. Shops liking this, not liking this? When are they going to have it? When can I buy it? Those type of questions. Again, check out the hype. Next video up. Hobby Talk with Anthony from Money Malone and Dustin. Great conversation between the two guys. Again, two guys relatively new to the hobby and new to sports cards, and both with a finance background, talking about how they did finance, but they get a lot of traction on the sports cards and what they're learning and some of their shared thoughts, and talking about different players. So really enjoyed listening in on their conversation. And then last night, the last thing I listened to before going to bed was the conversation with Jeff on Sports Card Investor, and I really, really thought this was a great interview. First of all, Jeremy does a great job. I say this all the time. He takes these people who could be controversial. You're gonna have, everybody doesn't love everybody. Unfortunately, a lot of these people, whether it's a CEO, or whatever, they've got some people who are haters. And I thought this went really well. I thought, the moderating was great. The questions were great. I think they broke a record number of attendees. I think I saw over 300 and something people live at one time. The stream was flowing pretty quickly, and it was all very positive. And it was really great to hear Jeff's story. Jeff's back in the hobby. He says that after 3 years, and you can hear his passion in it. So again, really enjoy this. I recommend listening to the whole thing. There are some great insights in there. They talk about the industry day. They talk about things going on in the hobby. But do check it out if you have a chance. I do highly recommend it. So that is it. If I get back here and look again, wow, 102 days straight, man. I'm pretty excited. I wanted to get this episode out earlier today, so I put it together early this morning. And again, I really am excited. I mean, all the different stuff, the virtual conference coming up, Star Stock Soccer, Chantilly Sports Card Conference this weekend. There's just so much going on. Great content, great interviews. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you. If you haven't already, please do subscribe.